Good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda, and I want to talk to you today about how any business owner, really how any business owner, can develop a deeper relationship with their email list. So this question came through on our suggestion box for Coffee with Shanda. And so I love questions like these because now it allows me to actually drill down on the marketing and give you some more information that will help you monetize your email list, help you even monetize social media, to be quite honest. So we're going to jump into it. So good morning, Lisa. How are you? Good morning, Lexi. Hi, Christina. Good morning. You're at the end of your morning walk. Awesome. Wendy McKenna, how are you? This sounds like a perfect topic. That's great. Jamie Bogan, Kate, good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Deidre, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I love all this. Good morning, guys on Instagram. How are you this morning? Okay, so we are going to have an amazing 20 minutes together. My goal is that I give you something that is useful, that yes, I love to give mindset and inner leadership, but I also love it to connect it with real strategies that you can use to build your business, to make a difference in the world, to impact, to leave the job that you've been working and maybe start something on your own, or just to be able to create a retirement account that makes you feel safe at night when you go to sleep. I can't alleviate the pressure that you feel when you grow a business, because if you're stretching, then there's going to be things that are fearful. And when those things come up that are fearful, they do cause things like sleepless nights. So I think sometimes people have this mentality that when they grow a business that they'll get there someday. And I just don't think you ever get there. I just think that you get better at dealing with pressure and stress. You learn to do things like a couple days ago or last week, I posted something with magnesium that I take at night called Calm. And I don't particularly feel like a stressed out person, but yet my mind, my brain, I just got my brain scanned by Dr. Amen, my brain actually turns on when I rest. And so what that means is that, often you and I can, we can interpret information that sometimes we feel like we're stressed or things like that, but yet we're hardwired as driven people. We're hardwired to operate a certain way, and it is our gifts. And so what I do is, like, for instance, in the evening, if you have, this is something I learned from the Amen Clinic, in the evening, if I have, because of the way my brain works and because it's so driven, even when I have no pressure, like even when we're not doing anything big, my brain turns on at night, or my brain turns on when I relax. And so I take magnesium for that, and that just like puts me right out, and I just rest and I have a really deep night's sleep. And the other thing is eating carbs at night. I know you healthy people or weight loss people probably wouldn't approve of that. But I'm still slim and I eat carbs at night. And I eat carbs at night because it actually gives my brain something to work on so that it relaxes. So I'll give you little hacks like this that help you. But I want to talk to you about a question that came in on our suggestion box. And the question was, Shanda, how do I build a deeper relationship with my email list? It seems like people operate different on social media than they do when I send out an email. And what she said would be a game changer for her is if she could figure out what they wanted and she could create a deeper relationship with them, that would be a game changer in her business. So I want to be a game-changing moment in her business. But before we do that, I want to let you know that I am going to give away today our You've Got This cup, which is my motivating cup to remind me every day while it's sitting there, you've got this. I've got hot and Myers lemon in here. Everybody who shares this training right now or on Instagram tags somebody on this training right now, what we will do is we will have somebody from the HeartCore team contact you. It has to happen while I'm live. This cannot happen later. It has to happen while I'm live. And we will actually take a screenshot and we will contact you and we will send you one of our You've Got This cups. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to be a giver, then I'm going to recommend that you go share right now so that we can make a bigger difference for people to hear this information so that they can have a takeaway and actually have a relief of stress at the end of the day. So, okay, so let's jump into this. So remember that the question is how do I build a deeper relationship? If I build a deeper relationship with my email list, then what that means is that I'll be able to serve them. What it also means is that you'll make more money. I mean, that's the truth. What it also means is that you'll make more money. So it can feel really strange out there when you send out an email and nobody is responding back. So here's a couple things that I recommend. First of all, everybody loves to give advice. Like, everybody loves to give advice. So what I actually recommend is I teach surveys, but let me just teach another version for a second, especially for my clients who are listening. You could send out an email with 1 or 2 questions on it. So the easier you make it for your email list to engage with you, right? Every time you ask somebody to click on something, you actually, there's a wall of resistance that comes up. Even like me asking you to share, there's a wall of resistance that comes up for people, right? And so whenever we ask anybody to do anything, it's like we all feel inspired when we come up with a big vision, and then we hit a moment that we don't want to do something, right? It's like, have you ever been in a seminar where they tell you to stand up and go shake hands with the people next to you? I mean, my church does that every Sunday. And it used to be something that was a point of contention because I didn't really want to do anything. I just wanted to sit there and get done, right? And so sitting there and getting done doesn't provide any value for someone. They think they're getting it, but then that's how you read a good book or go to a good seminar and nothing happens. You actually have to get engaged. So I love this question because our question is about how do I engage my email list? And so ask them a question that makes it really easy for them to answer. So questions like, what would you like to see more? Like what type of content, what type of training, what type of education would you like to see more of from me? That's a great question, right? And then you could you can keep it short. Like, remember, how do you feel when you get an email in your inbox that's like super long, right? So we're talking about how do you engage with an email list? How do you make more money with an audience, right? How do you feel when you get an email in your inbox that it's like takes up your whole email, right? I know what I do. I star it. I hit a star that I want to come back to it if it's content that I like, right? Now, how often do I go back to that? Maybe 50 or 40% of the time, because I've already got new things in my inbox that are like keeping my attention, right? Another reason why people star things or delete them is there's too much information for them to be able to do something with. So a confused mind does nothing, right? So if you want to gain a deeper relationship and a deeper understanding with your email list or even your social media audience, a good thing to do is start asking for advice. These words are critical. Can I ask you for your advice? They are much stronger than, will you take a moment and answer these questions? It's much more, because everybody who's driven or powerful, and that's the audience that you want, they actually love to give advice. And that's what you want. So that's what creates engagement. The minute you have engagement, the minute you actually have an opportunity that you can make offers and that you can actually influence, you can have people consume more education that influences them on a topic. So for instance, say I wanted to raise money for a nonprofit that was really important to me. I could go out to my email list and ask them for advice, right? So I could even ask simple advice on how do you think I could make my content better? Please give me your advice. Just hit reply to this email and send me an email. I really appreciate you taking the 30 seconds to do this. I might start the email and saying, hi, it's Shanda. I'm an online business coach. You've been on my email list for a little while now, and I have a question for you. I really could use your advice on something. My advice is, what could I provide in these emails that would really make a difference for you to grow your business? What's most important to you? Please hit reply to this email and I'll read it and I'll get back to you with some content that's useful. Thanks so much for taking a moment. I really appreciate your advice. I said advice twice. People love to give advice, right? So something like that that's super, super simple. They don't have to click on a link to go book a calendar. They don't have to click on a link to fill out a survey. There's not a lot of barrier to entry. Now you have an engagement. The next email that comes out, they're going to open. That's just how it works. They now have a relationship with you. They're going to open it. So if you wanted to take that content, first of all, if you wanted to attain a client or a customer at that point, you could actually go and individually answer these. I know a lot of people will be like, oh my God, that's so much work. And I'm like, please, like, you're not out there digging ditches in 120-degree heat in Vegas, right? Like you're actually working from the comforts of your home, from email, to be able to really help people and serve people. And in response, if you make a difference for them, you're going to make money, right? So if you really are hungry to earn more money this month, today, then I recommend that you assemble an email like that, send it out, and then individually help people. When you're engaging back and forth, what will happen is there'll come a time between 2 and 5 email correspondence back and forth that you can say, you know what, do you want to just send me your phone number and I'll call you and talk through this, versus us taking days to go through email correspondence. I could just have a conversation with you, and in about 5 to 10 minutes, I think I could probably help you so much quicker. Send me a message back, I'll call you, and we'll get on the phone. That's a great transition into now a closer arrangement, a closer engagement that now somebody feels comfortable with because they've actually got a relationship with you through email. Does that help? Just let me know if that helps. Hit say yes, and let me know that this is helping. The other thing is that, you know, another thing that you could do is, if you want your email list to start engaging with you, is you can do a click through to a blog. Right? You can do a click through to a blog. So whenever you do have somebody click reply to an email or click a link to go read something on a blog, you're actually training your email list to engage. You're also training them to buy, right? So when we just send emails to our database that don't have links to click through, we're teaching them to consume, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do anything, right? So you actually need to teach people how to treat you. You need to teach people how to use you. You know, Forbes magazine asked me a few weeks ago, how do you use a mentor? And I've mentioned this a couple times recently because I think that's a really good question. It's useful. Well, I taught how to use a mentor, no matter what mentor you're using. Teach your email list how to use you. And how to use you is not best to just consume your information. It's actually to click through and buy, right? Like, it's like, there's a client that I was talking to yesterday. It's taken me like 4 years to have this client actually say yes and come work with me. And they're working with me on a very high level now. But, you know, it's taken 4 years. And honestly, every time I talk to this person, I would just talk to them. I never really called to action like I do with my email list. With my email list, I will send out, let's say, 2 paragraphs and then click through to read the rest of this on my blog, right? Now, the key is you've got to have useful content. So maybe a mini training, a mini course, how to solve something. Think like, what is the struggle or the bad news that your client or your customer is facing? And the good news is over on your blog. Right? The good news is over on your blog. And so a paragraph or 2 paragraphs, click here to read the rest on my blog, that creates a buyer. So what I'm trying to say to you is, when you have people either hit reply to answer a question or give you advice, now you've got engagement. Correspond with those people through email, and then invite them to jump on the phone to be able to quicken the process of you helping them. Right? That's one aspect. Second aspect is train your email list to become buyers. Train them to become action takers. You know, at the end of the day, there are 2 types of people in this world. There's the group of people who actually just consume information, and someday they're going to get there. They find it interesting, and they tell all their friends and family about what they're learning in their education, but yet their life still looks the same 12 months and 24 months from now. That's that person. And it's sad because that person is motivated, but they haven't taught themselves how to become a doer, right? The other type of person is a doer. And that person consumes information. They've been taught to click and buy, click and read, click and consume. And so you want to do a good job as an owner of a company doing any sort of online marketing is to teach people how to click to buy. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you to answer that question today. I'll end on this note. It's great to ask your audience how they want to consume information. Every now and then go out and ask them, how do you want to consume information? Like, it's about, you make more money when you serve more, right? And so the question now becomes, like, how do I serve you better? And you're welcome to share this with me. How can I serve you better? Do you like live content like this? Do you like me showing up live? Does this work best for you to hold you accountable to consume information? Or you could ask them, do you like videos? Do you like short videos that you can consume on your time? Do you like audios because you like to maybe go for a walk and listen to audios, and that's a way that you'll consume the information much faster? Or do you like emails, right? And so ask your audience, how do they want to consume information? If you do that and you listen to them, believe it or not, your income will rise. We're always so afraid to ask these questions because we think nobody's listening or they're not useful. But I tell you, when you start actually asking good, valuable questions and asking for your audience advice, what happens is now you can deliver exactly what they want. And here's the deal. People pay for what they want. So give them what they want, not what you think they need. So I'll end on that note. Hopefully this was valuable for you on 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda. I do these Monday through Friday. They're 20 minutes, and they're here to hopefully be very useful for you so that you can move ahead and grow a business quicker, eliminate some of the distractions that go on, and just become hyper-focused on making a difference in the world and leaving a legacy. For God's sakes, I don't want any of us to get to our deathbed and be like, I really left it on the field. I didn't leave it on the field. I'm dying with like not really trying or doing my best. I want you to do your best, and I want you to get the best results you can in life. Tomorrow, I'm going to have Ben Hardy with me on Coffee with Shanda. Instagram, I will not be able to stream live with you, but you guys watching us on YouTube, you'll be able to watch that. And you guys who are watching me live on Facebook on the HeartCore Business page, I will go live tomorrow with Ben Hardy. We're going to talk about his new book, which is very interesting on willpower and how willpower does not work. So it's going to be a hot 20 minutes tomorrow morning. So I will see you at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.